Geekscapists, and welcome back to Geekscape News. We've got the greatest nostalgia lineup for you on this week. I'm Katie Hampton, and I'm here with...
Biff Tannen.
Oh, Biff Tannen's in the house today. I fucking love it. I realized watching you and Christian, I was like, oh, you actually say your name, and I'm the only one that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works, Katie.
Only on Fridays, Katie. Only on Fridays.
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's
gotta get a little wacky
Fridays
for the weekend, you know?
Yeah, you gotta. You know what does get us wacky for the weekend? It's the new Scrubs premiere. And I don't know about you, James, but I found that Sacred Heart returned with the heart this week with the two premiere episodes of Scrubs.
It definitely felt more like Scrubs than that last season of Scrubs, which apparently wasn't even supposed to be Scrubs. And then they were like, we need something here, and it got changed to Scrubs after the show was like kind of perfectly ended in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, the whole med student thing, that whole story's retconned, as far as I know.
It seems that way for sure.
Yeah. And what'd you think of the two episodes?
I am cautiously optimistic. I'm not really a TV guy that much anymore, but you know what? It did hit pretty right, so I think I'll be tuning in next week. As the infamous Mark Hampton said, it felt like watching network TV again, and that was really nice. I will say that if you watch it on Hulu, you're gonna get back-to-back T-Mobile commercials. Just putting that out there for anybody. Oh no!
I mean, look, it is funny to see our favorite two co-stars from Scrubs being in a commercial, basically doing similar bits. But I mean,
they made a career out of that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I did really enjoy the first two episodes. I thought it brought a lot of heart, and I'm really liking this new cast, the Canadian newbies that have come. Yeah. I'm interested to see. Do you know how is this supposed to be like a full 22 episode season? I hope so. I don't know, because episodes and seasons are completely different now, and
I know it sucks, but I think because it explicitly said like an ABC original, so I am assuming that it's also airing on ABC and not just Hulu or Disney Plus or whatever.
I would imagine, because it premiered for the audience 2 nights ago, but it was Wednesday only released on Hulu this morning, which is Thursday morning for us in this recording time. But yeah, I would assume that it is still an ABC production, although they are shooting in Toronto or Vancouver, I think.
I mean, hopefully, if it's on network, it'll go 22. Seems like it's a mid-season replacement, so it might only be 13. But it's still more than you'd probably get if you're pure streaming, though, because we need to get back to 22 to 28 episode seasons. Yes. It is the only way for you to actually care about these characters. That being said, if it's a prestige thing, hey, maybe less is more sometimes, Stranger Things. And, like, sometimes you don't need that length.
Distance between seasons is also really helpful.
That's also key. Consistency is key.
Yeah, and we've already seen our main characters age into these roles, and I think they did a really great job of kind of bridging that gap, saying that Elliot and Dorian were married at some point. Wild.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and I think that's they had that happened like at the end of the final season of the original run, not that weird bring them back season.
Right.
And then of course, spoilers alert. Of course it failed. Like, of course it did. He's a man-child, and he will, like, it's kind of like he's still a man-child, but he's, like, trying to not be, which is an interesting
it's a cool arc. Yeah, it's a cool arc, especially, like, returning home to Sacred Heart and trying to be that chief of medicine role, which is a bit of a spoiler for the first episode, but I think it works really well. I think it's gonna be I loved all of the like daydreaming effects and things like that.
The
second episode really crushed it.
You got Dr. Cox right away in the first episode. You got your core 4 back.
Yeah.
You see the Todd.
The Todd.
When I was watching it, I texted Katie like right away because like right after she texted like, "Oh, I think you're really gonna like it," and I'm just like, "They got Hooch back? Hooch
They got
is crazy."
And apparently even crazier. So hopefully we're gonna get some more Hooch. As far as
fingers
I know.
crossed. We're hoping.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought they did a really great job. I thought, it wasn't too much Gen Z humor, trying to breach the gap with millennial humor and whatnot. I will say that so many reviews have been saying this is millennial cringe, and I'm like, shut up, it is not.
You're wearing our clothing. Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't get to wear Denkos if you're going to complain about millennial cringe.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm just like I love seeing network comedies again that actually carries the heart. I love that. Also, the pilot episode starts like The Pit, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know," but
it was super serious. I'm like, this is bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course, it's not real. Of course.
Exactly. It felt like there was a conversation somewhere in there about like making it seem like The Pit. But in terms of nostalgia throwbacks, our good buddy Jake Johnson is now teaming up with producer Dan Goor, from Dan Goor, not a doctor, and doing a PI show, which I'm very excited about.
That could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I like Jake Johnson.
Yeah,
I like the New Girl stuff. It was great seeing him showing up in that first Jurassic World.
Yes,
the only two comedians in it being put in there for like the only funny scenes in that movie, like
only like at the beginning and the very end.
exactly, and like, but I've heard him on a couple of podcasts where he's just like he's kind of off the leash a little bit and just like riffing with everybody, and I'm like, Jake Johnson is like legitimately funny. Okay, like that's awesome. Like this is great. He's not just like he's an actor who can be funny. It's like, oh no, he's a funny guy who's also an actor.
Also an actor.
That's a plus. And I like a PI show, like.
I mean, it feels like what his character from New Girl wanted to be to begin with. So seeing him do that and like commit to it is honestly, I'm very excited about this.
It could be a good one. Like, do you know? Did they say? I know that they just like announced it. Did they say like the channel or the streaming app or?
They didn't. I'm gonna assume it's an NBC project just because Dan Goor is usually attached to NBC Universal type stuff.
You're right.
Dan Goor of Parks and Rec, of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So it could be. I'm guessing an episodic, semi-serialized.
Right. Like I think best case scenario is that it's on NBC. Worst case scenario is that it's on Peacock. Right. Like, I mean,
fair point. Yeah. Guys, comment down below. What's your feelings on Peacock? How are we feeling about that? I mean, we just finished up the Winter Olympics, and I thought they did a pretty good job, considering.
Yeah. I think it's a horrible UI, and
what streaming service isn't a horrible UI though? Yeah,
that's YouTube. Great UI.
Amazing UI, and
Wink.
You can see all the things that a lot of broadcasts won't show anymore.
I don't know what we're allowed to say anymore.
Who does? You know what? We'll find out once we get slapped with something. But you know what else we're talking about here today in Nostalgia Land?
Oh, Boise.
Some rumors and release dates, especially for Mummy 4, 5?
Yeah,
Mummy?
So what we can confirm, allegedly,
okay,
Mummy 4 is set for a May 19th, 2028 release date. We already know that Brendan Fraser is in. We already know that Rachel Weisz is in. Allegedly, we're getting the whole crew back from the original.
The actual Mummy and
and Oded Fear as oh no, I just had a brain freeze. But
it's okay. We can brain freeze. It's the end of the week.
It's the end of the week. But most importantly, we also know that it's being directed by Radio Silence. So that should be pretty cool. And on top of that, there's rumors abound that this is kind of gonna wipe out the Mummy Curse of the Dragon Emperor. Mummy 3 might be a little retconning situation.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that personally. I
Okay.
kind of feel like if it's been, especially like it's a movie, right? If it's been released, it's canon. You know, you can always kill off the son character if you don't like him. You could recast. That's not an issue. You famously recast Evie in that one. But like to say that it didn't happen, I mean, come on. That being said, Oded Fair isn't there. Emotep's not in there. So it already felt off to begin with. So we'll see. Like there's a couple of other, returning characters that throughout the different movies. So we'll see who shows back up. But I'm looking forward to May 19th, 2028. And if you're a listener to the Monster Rally podcast, we're going to be covering it after it comes out. It's not even a question.
It's a good one.
On top of release dates, like we definitely know Mummy is happening, and this is an alleged release date. Jerry Bruckheimer has claimed that National Treasure 3 is in the works, and we are getting Nicolas Cage back as Benjamin Franklin Gates. I am excited.
It sounds amazing, and you know what? I feel like we're in the Nick Cage era again. Like I feel like he's had his 40th revival, but he's
the Cage-a-sons. I mean, Cage cannot be contained. He's uncaged.
He is.
But I mean, I still feel like he got totally robbed with Pig. Just an absolutely incredible performance. The other years, was it 2 years ago? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
was
it's Cage
the
Unleashed.
Meme of him and and our boy,
and he's making some interesting projects. Are they all good? No. Is he incredible in them? Absolutely, because the man has never once phoned in a performance, and I will fight anybody to that. Even when he was making those super schlock Eastern European finance movies, he still put in the work. Now, did he go insane in them? Yeah, that's why I was watching.
And you know what? Coming from an actor's position, you never can control how a project's going to go, how amazing things will be, but you can commit every single time, and I will give you that. Nick Cage commits every single time.
Always commits. He always gives, and he's always coming in with ideas. He'll read what's on the page, but he won't just do the same thing all the time. He's always trying to I think it would be interesting if, and it is always interesting.
Yeah.
No denying that.
Yeah.
Is it always successful? Not what we're talking about.
It's a different
National Treasure is such a fun series. It's the closest thing to Indiana Jones that we've gotten since the Indiana Jones series. Now, I personally haven't seen the National Treasure TV show that was on Disney Plus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Correct answer.
Okay.
But no Nick Cage in it, so I was I'm not interested. I'm fully not interested in seeing
that's a weird
that universe without him, because he's the most interesting person in it.
Yeah.
And then we saw the picture. We put up an old photo from The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, and then we threw up a picture of the upcoming John Madden movie, right? And so we have Nick Cage and John Madden, and who's that next to him? Oh, that's Christian Bale, baby. Because we got a little Bale news.
Yeah, bail me out, baby. What do we got? The Cage is Bale.
Now, again, I'm waiting. I saw this reported, but it's all based on tweets from journalist Jake Hamilton.
Okay, that's
that
solid.
Christian Bale told him that he is starring alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in Heat 2. There's been a lot of rumors about Heat 2. There's been a lot of casting rumors about Heat 2.
Right.
If Christian Bale is in on Heat 2, I am even more in on Heat 2. I read the book already. I'm excited for Michael Mann to do it. You know, the big rumors that Austin Butler is going to be playing the Val Kilmer role, which I think is great casting.
Yeah, that's a good casting.
I don't know who's Leo is playing. I don't know who Bale's going to be playing.
This is
I know
assuredly not a prequel by any means.
Well, so Heat 2 is both. It is a prequel and a sequel.
Okay.
It takes place I I guess the year or so before Heat, and like 5 years after. Okay. So like, I don't know. Like, I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm excited to see if they change anything from the book that Michael Mann is one of the co-authors of.
Yeah.
So I know he's been trying to get this made for a while. It's been, kicking around. They're obviously, you're always looking for funding. Yeah. You're always looking for the right cast because, unfortunately, clearly Val Kilmer can't do it. And you get, again, Sizemore can't show up in the prequel, the younger days. So, and Pacino you can't make him look like it's only 5 years after Heat anymore.
You really can't. Yeah.
I'm gonna be very interested to see who's playing who.
Yeah.
Because you need somebody who's gonna go off the rails, like
Pacino.
like Pacino, and like, boy,
he
was, and he said like in later interviews even that like, yeah, he played it as if his character was zooted on powder the entire time. So,
like, and you know what? He did a really good impression.
He did a great job.
Great job.
So, that's definitely something that I'm going to be keeping my eye. Like, all three of these movies are something I'm going to be keeping an ear out for and keeping an eye out for. I will be seeing them in theaters.
Do we have any rumored release dates for Heat 2?
Not yet. I think they're still, they're saying Leo is going to be part of it. They're saying Adam Driver is part of it. They're saying Austin Butler's part of it.
Right.
Allegedly Christian Bale has told somebody that he is part of it. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I heard a rumor, I think that Ana de Armas is going to be in it. I'm so, and it was something that Christian and I were talking about the other day, like so hesitant to bring in rumors, but like there is such persistent stuff that like it feels like there's got to be something there.
It's bubbling up. I mean, it's bubbling up as much as I've been talking about Project Hail Mary, and a lot of reviews are coming out right now of Project Hail Mary coming out on March 20th officially, that it's a real win for Ryan Gosling, which is hard to say after all the body of work that he's done in the last couple of years.
I'm a Gosling apologist. Really? I like him.
He's great. He's great. And he's like gonna be perfect as Ryland Grace.
I'm hoping that one day we'll get, it's, you see a lot of the memes like, what do men really want? And like I saw one, I'm like, this is true. This is the realest thing I've ever seen. All men want is a sequel to The Nice Guys. That's all we want. I think men might be fixed after that, I think men might be fixed after that.
Oh, look at us here at Geekscape, fixing men.
Fixing men.
Well, James, where can the people find you, especially this weekend, if they want to see some more James Thorpe?
Well, you can always listen to me on the Monster Alley podcast. In fact, just yesterday, our episode covering the 1995 Castle Freak came out. You can see me on Geekscape News a couple times a week. But most importantly, Sunday night, you can see me, and you can see Katie Hampton, and you can see everybody else on the Tutorial Guild. Yeah. Episode 2, our Dungeon Crawler Carl show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're already super excited for Jefferson's brand new song, and it sounds like he's working on several new ones. And then we also have some really cool guests coming in that I'm very excited about. So stay tuned for that. And if nothing else, check out all the cool stuff happening on Geekscape. We'll see you next week. Bye.